It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's so beautiful. Can you believe we're in March already?
Yes. I mean, no, I can't, but yes, we
crazy.
are. Yeah.
It's funny. I was talking to this guy, platonic, let's just say, and he was making a comment about how soon we're going to be in March. And I said, yeah, and then you blink and it's December. I don't know. It's because we're getting older and we're paying more attention, or it's just time is flying by that much faster. I don't know, because when I was younger, I was like, well, who cares?
Yeah.
Right? You're running around and you're doing whatever.
Yeah.
You were living your best life.
You were looking forward to, like, your birthday month or, summer to go out with your friends or whatever. Now it's like, what the hell?
I know.
I'm getting older quicker.
My daughter is like an accelerator of events, I want to say, and holidays. Yeah. And it's like Halloween, and she's like, Mom, what are we going to do for Christmas? And I'm like, what? Dude, enjoy what's happening. Yeah. And then in December, she was like, oh, there's 3 more months for my birthday. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God.
Especially little kids, right, that's like all they think about is like their birthday.
Yeah, and little kids don't tend to hold grudges, right?
Correct.
But the bigger kids do.
Well, I think that's something like you're born with, right? Like,
I think it's all ego-based.
Ego-based?
If you ask me.
Are you a grudger? Is that even a word?
I'm
Are you
not a grudger, but I think I used to be a holder-honor to stuff. I'm not a grudger. I'm not a vengeful person, and I don't I don't do bad things to people. No. Like, if you screw me over in any which way, why
are you punching at me?
Yeah, excuse me. I just let things, you're gonna get yours, in my opinion.
Como dice Taylor Swift, I got mine, but you'll all get yours.
Yes, for real. No, I've seen it time and time again.
Yeah,
where people have done me wrong, and they get it. And I do nothing.
What goes around comes around.
And I'm not even like sending out the bad vibes or the hate vibes or anything like that. What
goes around comes around, and karma is a biatch.
Yeah, everybody lives their karma.
I definitely do not wish bad on other people. But what because have you heard that saying, I forgive, but I don't forget?
Mm-hmm.
I thought before writing this episode, that was like, well, that's the same shit. That's like a cop-out. Because you have to forget in order to move on, in order to forgive. Mm-hmm. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it later. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily like that.
Right.
But what I do, for the most part, if you did something really bad to me or my family or whatever, it's like, vaya con Dios. Mm-hmm. Que Dios te dé la lotería, que te dé el amor de tu vida. I wish you the best. I wish you like nothing but the best, but get out of my fucking life. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you in my life anymore. Mm-hmm. And I will not be your friend anymore. I wish you the best, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Pero
you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
And I think, I don't know if that's the same. Like, is that holding on to a grudge?
I don't think that's holding on to a grudge or being a grudger. Mm-hmm. If there's no such word, we claiming
just invented it. Okay.
We're claiming grudger. The rights. But I think
it's trademarked and patented. Okay.
Yes. I think that if you are doing that, if you're holding on to a grudge, in my mind, it's multifunctional, right? Because it serves you no purpose. You're not letting it go. You are letting it eat you up inside. Mm-hmm. You're not over it. You haven't evolved from it. Mm-hmm. So I think you haven't in a way learned something from it. No, right? And you haven't forgotten, so you can't forgive. And it's a constant. It's like the little hamster on the habit trail. It's like you're constantly, your mind is rewinding it. And that could happen for a little bit. Right. But then after a while, you need to let it go. You just got to be like, okay, I'm not holding on to this because it's not healthy for me. And I haven't forgotten that you're a jerk and you did this to me, but I'm letting it go.
Well, that's like la canción de Celia Cruz, Vive, llora. Mm-hmm. And she says, one part is like, recordar sin dolor, eso es el perdón. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
it takes a long time to get there.
It takes a long time. I'm thinking about a specific person that did something to my family, not just to me, but like a group of people. We never retaliated. We never responded. We never contacted. We never, nothing. We was just left it at that. And in a way, we were relieved that she lashed out, that she acted in the way that she acted, that she responded in the way that she acted and reacted in the way that she acted. It was kind of like a relief in a way, because I've never believed in the whole aura thing and the people that have bad auras. This person had it, man. Like you could feel it, you know? So we were all very relieved that happened, because that person was no longer in our lives. Would I encounter this person now? Would I be like, oh, hi, how are you? I probably would, but at the same time, I wouldn't want that person in my life. I wouldn't want that person visiting my home. I wouldn't want to go on vacation with this person, like nothing.
No, it doesn't mean that because you don't, because you have decided to just forget about it, right? Because out of sight, out of mind.
It's not forgetting. Like, I think about what happened. I don't feel anything. I don't feel hate. I don't feel anything. If anything, I'm kind of glad that it happened. Not necessarily in the way that it happened, but maybe that was the only way that it could have happened. And I'm glad that it happened, and I'm relieved that it happened. But when it happened, it was like shocking. It was like,
it's
what
hard
the
when
fuck?
you're in the moment and you're involved in it, because I think your perspective is different, right? Because you're emotional.
Yeah.
You're more emotional as opposed to analyzing it logically.
Yeah.
And maybe from the other person's perspective too, sometimes I do that. I'm like, but
no, shit's wrong.
Yeah. Sometimes no, because, you know, you have to kind of like look at things too, you know, from the other side. And then, and then you're like, wait a second. No, that's really messed up. Yeah. Like my side, your side, backwards, sideways, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's effed up.
No,
you know?
When it happened, it was definitely like, we kept playing it over and over, because like I said, it happened to a group of people. Like she reacted in a certain way to a group of people in my family. And we were all like, but that's not what happened. Like this, like we were all kind of like in unison. So we were like, okay, she's got it all wrong. Number one, she wasn't even there. So it was like all her, and we just kept playing it over, and we're like, you know what? It is what it is. And that's how she wants to deal with it. That's fine. We're not going to get involved, and that's going to be her deal. And bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
And everybody's happier.
Yeah. But I mean, this time, like, you know, sometimes when you hold a grudge, it's a person that you don't know that well or whatever, or even just like a friend or acquaintance. It's easy, you know, it's easier to just like let go of that person and whatever. You never have to see you again or whatever. But when it's a family member, like this time it was a family member.
Yeah.
That was like really, you know.
How about when family members are just haters? And then you don't even know that they have a grudge against you. And then all of a sudden they're like talking crap. And they're like, you know, you find out and you're like, what the hell? Like, you don't even know.
But that's when you see like, dude, is like, you've been dealing with this and holding on to this freaking grudge for years. I wasn't even privy to it. I have no idea what you've been dealing with.
It's like a one-sided hate fest.
It's so, it's like, coño.
I know, tú estás loca. Tú necesitas medication.
Medication and meditation.
Yes.
But yeah, I totally agree that you should let go of a grudge mostly for you. And not the other person. Yeah. Because that's going to eat you up inside. And you're going to be replaying that scenario over and over again. And you're going to be like, oh my God, and this person did this to me. And why isn't this person calling and apologizing? Esa persona posiblemente no está ni pensando.
Let me tell you something.
Like her life is going on. And,
now that you say family members, because
it's such wasted energy.
I have these like family members that are so stupid, for lack of a better word. They have nothing better to do with their lives. And they're these like social media stalkers. Yeah. And then they criticize everybody. Yeah. And everything. And this, you know, one of them called my mother and she was like, oh, because I saw on Facebook, you know, this and this and this. It wasn't even something that I posted. It was that another family member of mine posted. What was that for? It created like a mini little grudge World War whatever fest. And I was like, my mother calls me and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And then I was like, okay. And she was like, no, because they said and this and that. And I'm like, oh my God. Like these people have nothing better to do with themselves. And
that's
sometimes
when you go and you're like blocked.
No, I don't
so you can't see my page anymore.
This is so bad. I don't have them on my social media.
Mm.
And
but they were commenting on something that you posted or that was on your profile?
No, it wasn't something that I posted. It was something that another family member of mine posted, but I was involved in it. Oh, okay. And it wasn't anything bad, but they just made it, a gossip fest.
Whatever.
And then, hence, moreover, therefore, this is why I do not have hardly any family members in my Facebook.
Okay.
And damn. Yeah, and my mother was like, no, because, and I said, Mom, look, please, I don't want to hear it. Okay? They're all a bunch of haters, and I don't care.
Hater fest. Mm-hmm. So this is what experts have to say on the subject about holding grudges. Number one, you have to acknowledge the problem. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, let me backtrack a little bit. So we did a quiz not too long ago about what to give up for Lent. Mm-hmm. And I put, most people give up food, bad food like bad carbs or like caffeine or sweets or whatever. And one of the things that I posted was holding on to letting go of grudges, guilt, or regrets. That was the number one response. Like overwhelmingly, that was the other one, above number one response. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, a lot of people are holding on to these things. Yeah. Hopefully they're able to keep it.
I don't know. I was always taught that you had to give what you gave up for Lent is like a sacrifice, something that something
that was hard for you to.
Yeah, like sugar.
Well, but that's a sacrifice too. Letting go of grudges, letting go of pain, letting go of guilt, letting go. Yeah. Some people,
if it consumes you, if it's like a bad thing. Yeah, I guess.
I spoke to somebody the other day at my job because she had the Ash Wednesday, thing on her forehead. I was like, hey, how are you? Whatever. Hey, are you giving up anything for Lent? And she's like, I'm going to try to be a better person. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I'm going to try to have just more patience and this and that. And I was like, okay, that's good. Okay. So, yeah. Some people do try to focus on that, which I think is good. I mean, that might be even harder for some people than giving up sugar or giving up bread. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Maybe you just need to go to anger management, too. I don't know. With your medication.
And your meditation. So hopefully you keep it up after Lent, people. It's not just for the 40 days. Yes. But anyway, so they say number one is acknowledge the problem, which is, you can't live in denial. So number one is accept, this is going on. I feel this way. And you have to say, why am I feeling this way? Why am I holding a grudge against this person? What exactly happened? Porque a veces uno como se lo olvida, right?
Because I don't like you.
Sometimes they're like, I can't stand her. But porque, I don't know, I just don't like her.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got to figure out. So you have to identify what the problem is in order to be able to work on it and to hopefully let go of it. Otherwise, it's just
And identifying the problem is not blaming the other person. No. Okay? Because I know a lot of people do that. It's not me, it's you.
What's the problem? It's her. She's the problem.
Yeah.
I've acknowledged the problem. It's you.
It's you.
Share your feelings, but people only share your feelings when you're calm, cool, and collected.
Or maybe don't and just talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Or figure it out. Figure it out.
Or a therapist, and send that person a text maybe with an issue.
Oh my God, have you ever gotten that from somebody?
What?
Like those huge ass long texts, they're like a book. When you get into an argument with somebody, whether it's the opposite sex or your sibling or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And all of a sudden you go into a chapter of War and Peace. And you're typing really, really fast. And
sometimes it's better to just I'll get back to you tomorrow.
No, I've done that.
You've done it. You've the one that started it.
No, of course I've done that. Yeah. But then too, when I'm going to send an email, I don't do that anymore. I used to do that. When I'm going to send an email, I don't send it. I read it 1,000 times.
Yes.
I edit.
Yes. You edit?
I edit my email. Because you know what you're writing in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And when you read it 3 hours later or the next day, it's not, you're like, oh my God, delete.
Yeah.
And then you try to be more rational.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done that. And I send the email. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't fucking care. And I'm like, I just send it.
Yeah. I know I have. I think I might not have started it. You don't say. I know that there has been some exchanges and text messages and stuff. And and even when I'm upset or I say a company or something, for customer service or whatever.
Dear customer service person.
I have done that. I remember specifically like in my dental plan before, I had to like, I was dealing for weeks, like, something with an issue. And I remember like writing a letter, and after I read it, I was like, I'm not sending this crap. Yeah, I'm over it. Like you have to.
No, I don't do that anymore.
It's really good to like write it out.
Yeah,
like they always say, don't send it, just write it out, write out your feelings. And that, for me, it works, a lot of the time.
It's supposed to be therapeutic, but like now I don't write anything. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. That's my,
you just let it go completely.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever.
That's good for you. That's great. Switch places. You put yourself in the shoes of the other person. I'm like, wait, let me see. Is it me? Am I wrong?
Yeah. And then that person is like, no, it's you. It's still you.
And then you're like, what the fuck? It's still her. It's still her problem. Yeah.
I don't care who I am right now. It's still you.
No, this is definitely what happened in my family. We were, to be honest, I didn't even put myself in the other person's shoes. I was like, what the fuck?
No,
like,
it's you.
No, because I was like, she wasn't even there. What shoes am I going to put?
That's like my mother. That's my, no, porque tú sabes qué? Se está haciendo la mosquita muerta. Nananina. And I was like, okay, ma.
But sometimes I am, whenever, like, whenever I feel a certain way, like that, like a person that I'm like, dealing with, that person tells me, but what about, I didn't mean it to be interpreted this way. I meant it like this way. And then I'm like, okay, now I understand, like, But
I still don't like you and I don't want you here. Goodbye.
Bye, Felicia. Accept what is.
That
is hard.
That is another phrase for whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, es verdad que hay gente que no pueden, that they just don't know how to apologize. And sometimes you just have to accept what happened. It does not in any way mean we're BFFs again. Mm-hmm. And it's okay what you did. It's okay. I totally no, it's not okay. It just really means that you cannot go back in time and change the outcome of that situation. No. And now think of it as like, now I know who you are, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, and it's like, yeah, I'll let you be in my life, whatever, but we're definitely not as close as we used to be. And I'm definitely not going to be, sharing a lot of stuff about me anymore or spending time with you because my guard is up.
I think certain things too, as they happen to you, not only with one specific person, just in general, I think you learn how to keep things either to yourself or not be as vulnerable or open for certain situations to occur again.
Yeah.
And then, I think you just have less drama and less craziness in your life if you do that.
Yeah. Like, I understand, like, if something happens to you in a relationship, let's say you got cheated on, you're definitely going to have your guard up next time.
Yeah.
And it's always, that's really hard to get over.
Yeah, that's just a hard example because, like, how do you even, like, avoid that happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's, like, something, I don't know. That's, like, a hard one. Mm-hmm. But if you were a sharer of a lot of your personal information with somebody, and that person came and absorbed all that information from you, and then, violated your trust somehow and went around blabbing your whole life story to people.
Yeah.
Everybody and anyone who would listen. I think the next time you're going to be like, wait a second, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, because
I'm not going to be as open as I used to be.
Yeah, it takes time to get to know somebody and to get to know if this person is worthy of your trust and worthy. Sí, porque hay gente que they just can keep a secret, or they just that that you're going to tell somebody and they're going to tell
And you know what I've been noticing lately? No offense to guys, but they are so nosy, and they have a big mouth. I've been noticing that more and more. Yes.
I know that they're nosy, and but a big mouth, I don't know, because guys are not, no say.
No, I'm telling you, I don't know. I mean, lately I've been like, because I'm very observant and I just sit down and I'm like listening and watching and whatever. And I'm like, qué chismoso.
And you hear guys talking about,
Yeah, shut up. And then the other day I was having lunch somewhere and these two guys were sitting across from me. And, in their business suits and whatever, and they're Spanish. I wonder if it's because they're Spanish. Because los Latinos son chismosos.
Could be.
Pero whatever. So they were talking about girls, women, right? And then the guy was like, no, because, I don't know, this girl, and she spends all her money on shoes, and she, whatever. And she's like, everything's about the labels, and, and this and that. And he was like spilling the beans about this woman who he had dated. But the things he was saying, I was like, oh, blasphemy. It's not only women that talk like this.
Everybody talks. Everybody talks like neon trees. That's all. Everybody talks. Yeah, so definitely, like we said, forgive for you. Like if something happened and you're waiting for an apology from that other person and it's never coming, guess what? You're going to have to just let it go. Forgive that person for what happened. It doesn't mean that you have to let them back into your life. It doesn't mean that you have to shut them out of your life. That's up to you. But you're definitely going to be more, we can be in the same circle because I have class, and I'm not going to be like freaking Real Housewives of like New Jersey on you.
To the furthest extremity of the circle, like out of the circle.
We can have casual conversation. Hey, how's the weather? Good, whatever. How are you? Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be hunky-dory again. And that's totally fine.
Yes.
And the sooner you let go of a grudge or whatever, I think you're doing yourself a service because it's just not... Your conscience is clear, your heart is clear, and if you have to if you run into this person again, guess what? She's the one that's going to be hiding in the bushes and not you. You're going to be like, I did nothing wrong. My conscience is clear.
Hey, I see you.
Hiding in the bushes. Don't dwell on it, for sure.
Yeah.
Keep on moving forward. And I know it's easier said than done. Like at
That's
first.
hard. Like in the beginning when it happens, you're dwelling.
For sure.
You're a dweller.
You are playing it over in your mind over and over again and what happened and what could I have done. Was it me? Oh my God, I can't stand her. I can't believe she did, like over and over. And you're going to probably call. That's not me. I'm not that type of person who like calls 10 people and be like, talking about it. And like, that's not me. I'm definitely an introvert when it comes to that. I try to deal with it myself, within me. But definitely like if somebody brings it up in conversation, you should change the topic, stop, try to think about it. If it comes to your mind, try to listen to music, watch a show, like whatever. But I know it's easier said than done. Like it takes time for sure.
It does.
So what about take the positive?
I don't know. I think that's a hard one too. I don't think you see the positive in something until way after the fact that you have let go of the emotional aspect of it. And then you kind of start trying to take the positive. Yeah. And then sometimes not even. I think that depending on the severity of the issue, if it was directed to you, how you were affected, all of that takes its part in the whole, seeing things in a different light kind of thing. And then, maybe it takes a while and then all of a sudden one thing happens or you hear something and you're like, oh. And then you have the revelation and you're like, oh, okay, this is what this meant, or this is why this happened, or...
Well, yeah, hopefully, I think there's always something good and, I guess, bad, but there's always like a lesson learned from anything that we experience in life. There's a takeaway,
yeah.
There's always a takeaway from a relationship, from a friendship, from a job, from like whatever. So hopefully, if something happened like this in your life, it might take time, but eventually you'll see, you know what, this happened, this made me grow as a person. Now I know not to, do XYZ, or now I know to do XYZ, whatever it is that happened. But hopefully that experience, whatever happened, doesn't make you hard and doesn't keep you from opening up to like a true friendship or a true relationship, like with the thing of like cheating, for example. Maybe this is not a good example, but hopefully you learn something from that thing. Maybe I'm not saying it was your fault, but could you do things differently the next time?
Or choose better, or take your time getting to know a person more.
Exactly. But it hopefully doesn't keep you from opening yourself up to love, and it doesn't make you hard, and it, because sometimes just people put up like, boulders, when something like that happens, and it's even harder to like open up and you're on the defensive. And the next person is like, whoever it is, you're going to constantly be like, where are you? Are you cheating on me? Are you going to be checking on this person's like phone, like a crazy person? Like you can't live like that. That's not letting go. Like you're still.
The words are frozen. Let it go.
Let it go, people. Let it go.
Let it go.
That's the next one. Definitely let it go. Because it even affects your health. Literally, like your health.
Yeah.
That's definitely not worth it.
You can't sleep. You get headaches. You get a stomach ache. You
Digestion,
don't want to eat.
for sure.
Oh, but carajo.
High blood pressure. Don't know.
Ain't nobody,
Ain't nobody got time for that. And finally, forgive. And I know it's easier said than done. I forgive, but I don't forget. Well, I don't know. Like Alexander Pope said, to err is human, to forgive is divine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have you forgiven?
I have. Yeah. I don't really care. How about that? No, I have. I'm just like, whatever.
Is that the same? Is that the same as I don't care?
For me, it is. Yeah. I was like, whatever. I don't care. Like, people tell me stuff and they're like, wow, that's very forgiving of you. I'm like, yeah. Because I don't care. Because it's like, what good does it do me? It doesn't do me any good. I was talking to somebody the other day about something that happened like 20 plus years ago. And this person was still, and I'm going to use a very hard word here, venomous about the situation and contentious about the situation as 20 years ago. And it had nothing to do with me personally. I want to add that. But they still had this venom in them. And I was like, I know. No. I know. Anyway. And then he was like, wow, that's really like big of you. You know, you really, the things you're saying and whatever, you're really putting it like in a very positive, because it is. Yeah. Like, it's 20 years, come on.
At the end of the day, it's like, what is more important? Like, my peace of mind and my clear heart and conscience and be free of the shit than holding on to the shit.
Yeah, but these are people, and no offense to anybody, but I'm going to say it. These are people that don't work on themselves, that are not in a good place in their lives generally. People that are just bitter, angry individuals that walk around thinking that they have a sense of entitlement to everything being the way they want it to be. Yeah. And that's not the way life is. Because we're all different. We all have different views. We all do foolish things sometimes. And sometimes you just got to be like, okay, as long as they're not doing anything, hurtful to your person or anything horrendous, you just got to deal with it and keep going, but for your own benefit, right? Not because you want to hold on to and be like, hate somebody forever. Yeah. What is that? What does that do?
That's why parents of like multiple kids, whenever they get in a fight, it's like, make up right now. Make up right now. Say I'm sorry. Yeah. I think that's a good thing. Like, kids, hug your brother, tell him you love him.
I don't know about that.
I think you should. I think that's a good way of like,
I think it's good to be like, all right, but you don't mean it. So it's not good because I don't force. Okay. I don't believe in forcing, but my mother used to do that to me, right? Because I'm one of 4. And then every time, and I seldom fought with my siblings, but things happen. You're 4 separate individuals, different ages, different stages, whatever. And then, it was always like, no, because your sisters or your brother and this and, and it's like, you have to do this because you're siblings and you have to get along because you're siblings and you have to love each other and you have to, everything is you have to. And then I would be like, but why? Why? She goes, óyeme, ve, ayuda a tu hermana. And then you're like, why? Or if something happens and you get into a fight, pídanse disculpas y desen un beso, like what you said, y un abrazo. And you're there, you're mad at each other and you're like, and you're like, kiss each other, air kiss and all this stuff. But you're not doing it because you really want to do it. It's because you're being forced.
Yeah. But I think it's a good way to like at least get the sting, like that first, like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and while they're coming at you to try to hug you, they pull your hair. Whatever.
Is that a hypothetical situation?
No, that shit happens. Because you're being forced. And so it's like, I'm like, I don't know. No. So with my daughter, I mean, she doesn't have like, I don't have another kid, but so she has a half brother. And I say to her all the time, I'm like, she's like, no, but he hit me. And, they fight and whatever. And I'm like, but he's younger than you, just think about it and see. I'm not telling you so you're siding with him. Yeah. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not siding with him. I'm just letting you know that, he's younger. Think about it and see how you feel. And if you want to apologize, then you apologize. Yeah. I don't force her, but I want her to see things from his perspective and in whole as a whole, right? And then she normally does do the right thing because it's just in her to be that way. She's a very kind person, but I don't force her to do anything. Yeah, like just like when little kids don't want to kiss somebody, hello. I think it's rude. I think you need to teach your kid manners. But if they don't want to go up to somebody and give them a kiss, hello, like I don't force. You say hi. Yeah. But I don't force them to kiss another person. Hello.
But hello, yeah.
But hello, yes. You need to have manners.
Yeah. We were forced when we were little.
Yeah, me too.
Si no salíamos del cuarto, oh my God. Oye, que salgan a saludar. You can come back to your room and then, hi, how are you?
But we were forced to kiss people hello. And I was like, I can't stand this freaking person. I have to go kiss them hello.
I remember being forced to kiss, but no.
Yeah.
So forgiveness does not mean, because I know a lot of people are like, no, I can't forgive because eso quiere decir como que le doy la razón.
Yeah.
That's not what it means. Forgiving does not condone. It doesn't mean that you're condoning or that you're in agreement to what happened. No. It just means that you accept, like we said before, I can't go back.
It just means that it's still you.
It's still you.
It's not me, it's still you. I can forgive you, but it's still you.
So just try to take this away from this episode. Like, please let it go. Like the Frozen movie, just let it go because it's not worth it. Vaya con Dios.
Yes, vaya con Dios.
So if not, then go to medication or meditation, okay? Yes. And listen to our episode on meditation.
But don't medicate yourself. Go to a doctor who's going to give you some meditation with medication or medication with meditation.
Oh my God. Thank you for listening, you guys.
Thank you.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Hasta la bye-bye. Hi, everyone. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn, Radio Public, and iHeartRadio.